I do apologize for not recording the first half of this repair. I already taken off the wheel, the rotors, and the calipers. So when you buy new rotors, right out of the package, they're going to have oil on them, and that's basically to prevent them from rusting. So right here, you can see the oil that's on the rotor. You want to make sure you get that off. I prefer to use brake parts cleaner like this one right here, but you could also use soap and water. And you can see how much oil is coming off of the rotor, so you just want to keep wiping it until your rag looks clean. And here's the new calipers for the car. Right now is a great time to inspect the slide pins and making sure that they do work correctly. Now they do come with some grease on them, but it always feels like they could use a little bit more. Seeing that right there, it already feels much smoother. Make sure you get the air out of it, and the way you want to do that is as you push the pin in, just with your other finger kind of pull back on the boot, and you're going to hear the air escaping. Okay, and this caliper is done. It's a good thing I decided to check them because they did have some pins on them that were very tight, and they did need a bit of grease. Now the grease I'm using is dielectric grease. It's perfectly fine to use on this. What you don't want to use is wheel bearing grease. That will seize up over time and it's going to cause major problems. Okay, so I've gone ahead and cleaned this off. You want to get any dirt, debris, or rust off of here. And I'm applying anti-seize so the next time you have to service it, the rotor doesn't stick, and to try to prevent any future rust from building up back here. Now when you're ready to put on your new caliper, if you're doing both sides like I am and you just have both of the calipers with you, keep in mind the bleeder screw is going to be different for each side. So if I were to put the wrong caliper on here, which I think is possible, the bleeder screw would be facing down. Let me show you. So here goes the other caliper, which I am able to fit on here if I wanted to, but you could see that the bleeder screw is facing down. So this would be the incorrect caliper to put on the right side of the car. What I'm going to do is put thread locker on these bolts. I'm going to use the red thread locker. Reason for that is you do not want these bolts backing out on you. And here I'm applying a synthetic grease to the back of this clip. It's to prevent any rust from happening between the clip and the caliper bracket itself. You'll notice the two of your brake pads have these large clips on the back of them. These two brake pads are the ones that go on the back side of the calipers. When you connect your brake line back to the caliper, don't forget the crush washers. You want one in front of the line and one behind the line. I'm using my vice grip to pinch off the brake hose. And as you can see, I'm using these rubber hose over my vice grip to prevent any damage to the brake line itself. You can also just find a way to hold down the brake pedal, and that would stop fluid from leaking out. And this is the part of the job where you want someone to help you do this. It just makes it that much easier. But of course, you can still do it yourself just like I did. And once you're done bleeding your brakes, you could go ahead and put your wheels back on the car. And we're done. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Tonight,